So a Zentangle is basically a new word for something that's been around for a long time. It means to create repetitive patterns with using lines and shapes. And there's two different ways that people do it. A lot of people use references of which you have. And in your reference, it'll show you step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 to create an interesting pattern within your squares. There's lots of different ones that you can choose. That's one way to do it. The second way is, and this is what the company that trademarked the term Zentangle recommends, is that you get lost in your own doodles, basically. So we'll do both ways. I'll show you quickly an example of one. So looking at my reference sheets here, I noticed one that I'd like to try that is called Keiko. So all you need to do is get your reference sheet and replicate it. So I'm looking at Keiko here. In my box, I'm going to do the same thing that it does, which is basically repeating horizontal and vertical lines. And then where there is a vertical line, I'm just going to go horizontally, and I'm going to repeat it. And this kind of looks like a basket weaving to me. But that's what it would look like. And you're going to go until you fill up the entire square. I'm kind of doing mine quick and dirty, but you'll of course take a lot more time to make it look amazing. And so the other way to do it is in one of your other squares is to come up with your own pattern, which I think this is a little bit more of the advanced way. And this is where you can get lost in what you're creating. So all you need to do is start drawing. Start drawing lines and shapes, and then within different shapes you can use different lines. So I see I've created a shape there, and I'm just putting some vertical lines. Maybe I'll add some dots alongside it. I could separate out another section to create a whole different look to the design. And I'm going to keep going until the whole square is finished, until I feel like I've really created an interesting pattern within this square. And what we're going to do is we're going to use these patterns as your reference sheet for when you create a larger piece of art. You'll have a lot of different designs to refer back to. But it's really fun just to get lost in the art and create interesting patterns.
All right, so in Google Classroom, you'll find the Zentangle assignment, and you want to download the Zentangle project template. It's PSD, so get it, downloaded where you can actually see it download into your downloads folder. Hit save. You can hit open, and hopefully it'll open up in Photoshop. But I want you to open it up in Photoshop or Photopea. You can use Photopea as well. It's the same thing. You're going to open it up in one of those programs. And then this is how you go back and forth between portrait and landscape. So it was image adjustments, or image adjustments, image rotate. Then go to Google Images, find a celebrity or a portrait, or it could be a personal photo of something that has, it has some busyness going on, and don't pick like something easy like a cartoon or a logo. Pick something that's actual photograph of something, and then go back to Photoshop, go to edit, paste, and it's going to paste it like this. So if you want to rotate the canvas, you want to go to image rotation, and rotate it, and then you have to make sure your layer is selected, and you have to go to edit, transform, and then flip it in the right orientation. Now while you're zoomed out, you can go to edit free transform and make it fit into the entire box like this, and obviously hit enter to get rid of your box. So once you get it to where you like it, Then you're going to go to the layer window over here, and you're going to turn down the opacity to around 30 to 40%, somewhere in between there, until you see it's ghosted enough that you can actually Zentangle on top of it. So I would say 30-35%. That's a pretty good thing. You definitely want to save it, so save it onto your desktop or wherever it is. Hopefully you're using my computers. That way you can print it off. After you save it, just to make sure in case you lose it, you might have to start over. Hopefully not, but after you save it, just make sure you have it. Then go to File, Print, and if you're using my computer, you'll notice up here you want that to be 1408 regular, room 1408. And it looks like the paper is not in the correct orientation, so you might have to hit the correct layout and then scroll down here and make sure it fits well. So scale all to fit media, and then hit print, and it'll print out. Now when you start this, if you noticed on the Google Classroom page, I left a lot of examples of Zentangles. You can actually pull those up on your computer to look at. I'll even print some out and put them on the room, but basically it's just doodling. Now when you get to the actual person, when you're doodling a person or an animal or whatever, you still kind of want to maintain the realism in a little bit of ways. Now the negative space, I'm doing whatever I want here, but when you work on the person, obviously you're going to want to still maintain the realism, and like especially for faces and hands, I just do the little dot method. I don't really go into details as far as that, but this is like it's just doodling, people. I want you to relax, and you can put in words or lyrics or special things that matter to you. So I want you to have fun with this. This should be a stress-free project. Take your time. Put some effort into it. You can see here that I really go intricate with some of my work, and it's good to repeat Zentangles over again. You don't have to use one and then you're done with it. I like to repeat the same Zentangle because it actually creates unity within the piece when you have that kind of flow in your composition. So if you can use it more than once, if it's dark, if it's a dark thing on your picture, it should probably be a kind of a dark Zentangle, so kind of draw in a dark way. But again, have fun, and excuse me, and just this should be a stress-free project. So hopefully you post something or you make something really good that you're proud of, and maybe give it as a gift. I don't know, it's just that you're creating something to put into the world. So I will let the rest of the video play out in a time lapse, and hopefully you enjoy this project.